everybody, welcome back to my channel and to another video. I hope you are all really well. Today's video is going to be about transfer tape. So you know, if you've been watching this channel for a while, that I am a big fan of this paper transfer tape. This is the tape contour application tape. It is low tack and it's really good for balloons and stuff that you don't want to damage the surface of when you're applying your vinyl. So I use this all the time. I use it actually on balloons, I use it on bubbles, I use it on orbs. I also use it on latex balloons, and they can be extremely delicate, especially when you're doing like a 3-footer or something and you want to apply a vinyl decal to it. You really don't want an overly tacky application paper or tape. So I've been using this now for about 6 years. This is, I think, my third roll. I'm not sure how long this is. I've got a feeling it's about 30 meters. It's quite a long roll, but of course with most application tapes and stuff, you don't have to throw it away after you've used it once. And I tend to try and use mine more than once. So when I've used it, I stick it onto my metal filing cabinet and then I use it again for another one. But recently I've been doing a lot of work where I've needed to have a more accurate placement. So I've needed to really be able to see through my transfer paper in order to help me to make sure that I've got my design completely straight or it's in the exact spot that it needs to be. And I've done a balloon recently that had like a curved text across the top. I'll pop a picture of that in here now for you so you can see it. But what I found when I put that on with this paper application tape was that I couldn't see exactly where that needed to be because I couldn't see through this in order to do so. So I've been umming and ahhing about the clear stuff for a while, and it's just arrived from MDP Supplies. Now shout out to them because I ordered this yesterday morning. What day is it today? It's Thursday, so I ordered this on Wednesday morning and it came today, which is Thursday, like lunchtime. So it literally was less than 24 hours, so it's just come. Ooh, initial thoughts are that it's quite textured. That's interesting. So it is light tack, as you can see. This was, I think, £17 plus tax. Oh, it's nice. It feels really thick, actually. I've got a couple of balloon designs I need to put on as well. So I'm going to try it on a bubble. I've got 2 bubbles, in fact, and I've got a foil star, or is it a heart star? I don't know, one of the two to do as well. So I'm going to try it first of all. Let's take this off. Now that on there makes me think that this might open up of its own accord if it's not stuck down properly, so that's interesting. So first sort of thoughts about this. Oh, hang on, I've just finished walking the dogs and I hadn't cancelled my workout on my watch. Right, so first thoughts about this. It's quite thick. I don't think it's going to be as malleable as what this is. Not going to be as easy to use, but we shall see. So I'm going to switch the camera down onto the overhead view so you can see, and I'm going to put it onto a couple of designs and we'll see how we go from there. Right then, I'm just going to put that to one side for a second. So I've got 2 designs. I have Happy 18th Birthday Zack. This is a silver chrome. And then I have Happy 50th Birthday Pippa. And this is in a rose gold chrome. So I'm going to start off with this silver one. So let's grab this transfer tape. Ooh. Okay, it's interesting. Right, let's put this just straight up in the corner. Hopefully it's going to make it easier to do stuff that is a little bit more, where a little bit more accuracy is required. So let's just cut this out. It feels strange. It's like, it's almost like got a linen feel to it, like a linen pattern on it. I don't know whether you can see the texture on there. Can you see that? It's kind of funky. Quite like it. Right, let's grab a squeegee. Let's turn this over. Ooh. So it's really nice and see-through, which I quite like. What I'm going to do, in fact, I am going to do one with my old transfer tape and then one with this one, and we're going to be able to see the difference with it. and the difference with the application as well. So let's just put this one on here. What a jagged edge that's got on it. I don't know why that's like that from the last time I used it. Okay, pull that out. This stuff really is just like a massive roll of masking tape, so I don't mind it, and I am really a big fan of using it on balloons because it is so delicate on them. Let's just put this on this side. Now I know I said it's opaque, and it is to a degree, but obviously you can still see it through it, but when you're doing something up close it does make it a lot more difficult to see where you're placing stuff. So I'm hoping this other one's going to make it easier. Let's just give this a good old burnish with this scraper. Right, let's get this backing paper off here first. So up into the corner. Oh, that comes off lovely, actually. That's really nice. That's good. So that was simple to do. So now I can see my design on there perfectly. I also think as well, if I were selling my designs and sending them out in the post, this stuff is going to be better for people because they are going to be able to see where they're putting it, especially if they're not used to using vinyl and why do I keep saying that? Especially if they're not used to using vinyl and applying it onto stuff, this stuff is going to make it easier. So let's go and find the balloon and pop this on together and see how I get on. Here I am then in my magical corner that I use for balloons and putting decals onto balloons. So I'm just going to make sure this is nicely positioned in the corner, and what I'll do normally is just whack it on, just use my eye to see that it's roughly straight. Now, first impressions of this, I really like the way that that has sort of held itself on, because sometimes with the paper one, it doesn't always adhere straight away, and it is still low tack. I can tell it's definitely a low tack, but I quite like that. It's a little bit more noisy than the other one when you're trying to apply. But I quite like that in a weird way. Now I can still manipulate it, so by that I mean I can still wrinkle my transfer paper rather than the actual design, and I'll show you what I mean by that up close. So you can see here I have wrinkled this transfer paper, transfer tape, whatever you want to call it, in order to make sure that that H stays in line in the right place with the happy. So that is important to me, to be able to wrinkle it still, and that has worked pretty good. The only thing I do need to be careful of down here is putting this Z on, so I want to make sure that that is in the right position. So this bit here is exactly where it should be, and then I'm just going to work my way up, doing it one-handed as well, don't forget, and then I'm just going to push that down there like so. So that is perfect and looks absolutely fantastic. Now we need to try and get this off and see what that works like. Right then, I'm just going to start peeling this back from the corner like I usually would. Okay. It's definitely got more tack to it than what the paper one has, so that is making it a little bit more difficult. But I like the fact that I can see where things are, because sometimes when I'm doing it with the paper one, I'll pull the transfer paper back and I find that I've still got part of like a letter or something attached to it, and then I end up tearing it. So this is actually quite good, even if it is a little bit stickier than I probably would have liked. I'm just going slowly with it, and I think that's going to be the trick. If it wasn't a balloon, I think it would be much easier. I mean, okay, it's not bad. The only problem that we do have, I think it's left a mark on the balloon. And I'll show you, see if you can see it. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Zoom out. Don't think the camera can really pick it up. Oh, you can see it there. If you look at it through this section where the blue is, there is a little mark, and I think that's where it's pulled back. It's maybe a little bit of adhesive or something. It's not overly noticeable, and it could also be mistaken for the powder inside the balloon, but that's not ideal. So, maybe it's a case of pulling it all off in one go rather than pulling it off in sections. Interesting. Let's do one with paper now and see what the difference is. Here is the next one. What a gorgeous colour combination this is. This is rose gold and mirror gold. I think it's really nice. This is actually the last of the Qualitex balloons, I think, that we've probably got in stock now, because obviously, unfortunately, Qualitex are no longer with us. Right then, I have got my design. It is already on the paper transfer tape. Let's again line up. And we just want to rub it along again. Again, I've wrinkled up this transfer paper here and over here just to make sure that it is nice and straight there with that design. Just go up, work my way out again with this, and again there's another wrinkle there. Pull this out. Okay, and smooth it down nicely. Right, let's take this off in the same way that I usually would. So this does definitely come off easier. It's definitely not as tacky as the Aurifol one, but will it leave any marks? I don't think it's going to. There we go, that is done. Let's grab the camera and see whether it's left any marks. Nope, no marks whatsoever. Looks absolutely fantastic. I love these colours, they're amazing. This is so nice. And that transfer paper has not left a single mark on there from where it was turned over. So, there you go. So then, the results are in. I like the way it looks when it's got the vinyl on it. I like the way it feels. It feels a really good quality. And I also like the way that when you are peeling your backing paper off, it stays nice and flat and is really easy to work with in that respect. The bits that I didn't quite like are the fact that it leaves a very small mark of residue behind on the bubble balloon. I don't know whether that's just on bubbles. It might well just be because they're like a rubbery texture, but I don't think that's something that I am going to be able to work with. However, I bought this really more for doing glasses and things like that with, because I've been doing a lot more personalising on pint glasses and Prosecco glasses. What else have I done? Anyway, I've done quite a few other things, and those I could probably use an alcohol wipe on to clear off any residue which was left behind. Whereas on a balloon, I probably wouldn't risk using anything as a wipe on a balloon in case it started to accelerate the process of the balloons breaking down, especially on a latex one. So back to Old Faithful, this stuff, the tape contour paper, still my number one, can't get away from it. I actually have a whole new one down there that I've had for a while But yeah, this one is probably, I've probably got a third of a roll left. So this is the one for balloons, people. This is the one for balloons. Maybe for paper, I'll try that, and I will also try it on a glass as well, and I'll let you know how I get on. But that's it for now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you soon for another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.